From the Pro Image Group of Companies, Pro Sport, in conjunction with the Victorian Football League, presents Pro Football.
Hello and welcome once again to more great VFL action in pro football. This week we're at Princes Park, where Hawthorn tackle North Melbourne. Princes Park has certainly not been a happy hunting ground for the Northerners in recent weeks. Remember, they were absolutely thrashed by Carlton. Could they turn the tables today against Hawthorn? Well, the Hawks had a great incentive. Their captain of this year, Michael Tuck, was playing his 300th league game. A mighty performance, and we certainly wish him well. It was a good crowd there, considering the conditions and the two teams playing. And let's now take you to the opening bounce of the first term for what really did turn out to be a wonderful performance by the Hawks. With me in the commentary position is Bob Skilton.
Sevens big league cameras at Princes Park, welcoming in Michael Tuck's 300th VFL game, and he celebrated by winning the toss and kicking towards the scoreboard end. And he gets the first kick, and listen to the cheers. Tuck towards Platten, and Platten called to play on. Looking for the mark. His co-rover Loveridge picks it up, goes to the half-forward line. No mark taken on this occasion. Ball comes to ground, and very quickly the umpire will come in and decide on a bounce. It's across Hawthorn's half-forward line. And this ground, considering the rain we've had during the week, in pretty fair nick. Muddy in the middle, but apart from that, it looks good. Cracker, beautifully through. Spears out the hand pass. North Melbourne are away. German picks it up, or can he pick it up? He's under plenty of pressure. Goes to ground. And once again, the umpire has no alternative but to come in and have a bounce. Michael McCarthy and Rocket Rodney Eade starting on the interchange for Hawthorn. Here's the bounce. It's across centre. Deere trying to get it clear. Can't do so. Pushed over the head of Dermot Brereton. First to it was Schwab. Back to Brereton, claimed by Cracker almost. Although I think the umpire said he infringed. And so the free kick will go the way of Dermot Brereton. He's on the defensive side of centre wing. And he goes short to Loveridge. Gained absolutely nothing on that occasion. Loveridge over centre wing. No mark taken. Crocker was the flyer. Curran goes in over the top. The pack again develops, and this time the umpire has plucked out a free kick, and it will go the way of North Melbourne.
Stephen Hickey
and be
now
taken by Hickey.
From the half-back flank up towards centre wing. Punched away by Lester Smith. Picked up by German. Just keeps the ball in play. Hooks it back. Russell Green up. Taps the ball down. Tuck taps the ball through. Loveridge trying to get the hand pass out, but was tackled. Couldn't do so. And so we'll find a bounce to take place across the half-forward line for North Melbourne. No score as yet, just over 2 minutes into the first term.
And Bobby, I thought with these two top sides performing today, we might have seen a bigger crowd, but who was your selection?
I did go for Hawthorn, Sandy, but North Melbourne you can never underrate. Ackley, wearing the long sleeve Guernsey, takes it, kicked off the ground that time by Wallace. The hand pass comes back from Passmore, knocked on by Ackley. And eventually we find North Melbourne putting it straight out. Buckenara puts a high kick forward, and first score of the game, 1 point kicked by Gary Buckenara.
And the breeze, Bob, here at Princes Park?
I think it favours the end to which Michael Tuck, playing his 300th game today, winning the toss and having first kick of the game. I'm sure Hawthorn fans would be hoping that everything is starting to run that way.
McDonald trying to go over the top and claim the mark. Not McDonald, of course it was Norman. Rick Norman's kick towards centre wing. Glendinning out with the one hand, couldn't complete it, was under plenty of pressure. The hurried kick up towards the right half forward flank through Loveridge, waiting down, pushing it forward. Platten now, here's an opportunity for the Hawks. Brereton tries to tap it forward. They're under plenty of pressure, the North defence at the moment, but German is standing strong as he receives from Ackley, pushes it out wide towards Atkins. Atkins has got the running player if he's clear, and he is. Here's an opportunity now for Buckley. Buckley's long kick in towards McDonald, and he takes the mark. No, he doesn't take the mark. Play on is the call, and Russell Green pushes it over the line for one behind.
Would you have paid the mark, Sandy?
I thought he may have held it.
I thought he did too.
But not to be. as Green will hand the football over, and Gary Ayres will bring it back into play for the Hawks. Looking for Di Domenico. Fisted down by McCann. He's got support through Larkin. Larkin centres it. Waiting at the back is Cracker. Glendinning's the target, and Glendinning he fires. 25 metres out, almost directly in front. Ross Glendinning. A chance to post the first goal of the game. Fires into the stand with a drop punt and makes no mistake. So there's blood to North Melbourne. They lead 1-1-7. Hawthorn one behind on Sevens big league.
So Ross Glendinning is lined up at half forward. In fact, North Melbourne almost have two key half forwards. One was Peter Jonas, although Glendinning is at centre half forward. Jonas out on the flank. Donald McDonald at full forward. Stephen McCann opening up in the ruck.
Almost 5 minutes played. First term, and North Melbourne leading by one straight kick as Larkin puts them into attack once again. McDonald was the target. I think this time he's given away the free kick. And again, North Melbourne fans hold their heads.
Not a doubt in the world, though, Sandy. There's no doubt that was a free kick.
And so to take it is Chris Langford back towards the centre.
Kennedy in the front. Has it tapped away. Hickey was held too high. Called play on. The loose ball comes. Ayres can't take it. Howard's trying to get the ball clear. Now it's all North Melbourne as Arsiri gives it out to Larkin. Larkin steadies and goes forward. Looks for Glendinning.
Got it.
Two attempts. Couldn't take it on the third one. And the bounce will take place. North Melbourne have started in good style. They're 1-1, 7 points with Hawthorn on 1 point.
30 metres out from the North Melbourne scoring zone. Here's the bounce again. Over the head of Wallace, taken by Cracker. Quickly set upon, picked up by Loveridge. A hurried high kick towards the half-back line. Fisted down towards Dippy and Domenico. Brushes past Larkin, can't get past Atkins. Dippy does well across the tuck. Good football to Wallace, back to Loveridge. The Hawks are out of trouble once again as they drifted up towards the half-forward line. Over the head of Curran, and a good diving mark is taken by Jason Dunstall. 30 metres out, directly in front. Dunstall a chance to answer and level the scores at 7 points apiece. Good opening to this game. Jason Dunstall's been in fine form as he kicks truly and posts the Hawks first. Scores are level here at Princes Park, 7 points apiece on Sevens big league.
An excellent play by Di Domenico to tap it back to Michael Tuck. And nice teamwork from there. It ended with Richard Loveridge putting the ball long and Dunstall getting away from Passmore, taking a nice mark. Centre bounce, it will be Greg Deere against Stephen McCann. 7 points each. Just over the 7 minute mark. McCann gets a tap. It's taken by Hickey. Hickey in at the centre bounce, then goes out to the wood onto the half-back flank. Although he might look as though he is playing in the centre, Hickey actually on Kennedy on a half-back flank, but obviously John Kennedy thinks a great deal of Hickey at that centre bounce because he's in there for the centre bounce and then back as a half-back. From the throw-in, Abbott and Glendinning. Abbott gets a tap, picked up by Arsiri. Russell Green couldn't quite take it, close to the boundary line, and a throwing to take place. Forward pocket for North Melbourne. Abbott will compete against Glendinning. Deere staying back with McCann. Over the top, it was Norman who got the tap. Loveridge picks it up, well smothered by Jim Cracker. Abbott gives the ball back to Loveridge. Loveridge goes short and wide, looking for Di Domenico. Traps it well. A nice hand pass to Ayres. On to Wallace. Wallace takes it, gets caught. Atkins intercepts. Runs onto the left foot. Pushed as he was about to kick it and gets it pushed because, in the opinion of the umpire, it was in the back.
So Atkins just forward of centre to bring North Melbourne into attack. And let's have a look at the kick. Towards Glendinning. Under plenty of pressure. Cracker is down, but he needs support. Gets it from Norman. Goes over the top, straight to tuck. Handball over the top to Russell Green. And once again, the Hawks are able to push it out wide towards Brereton on the outer wing. Dermott looking to send the Hawks forward. Buckenara gives him a lead and he takes it. Too far out to score. Oh, it plays on. Here's an excellent opportunity. As shooting into goal goes Kennedy into the square. Who's going to pick it up? The umpire allows play to go on. Dunstall is there.
Oh, what chance did Passmore have?
Well, he's pinged him.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
He has pinged him. And the free kick will be taken by Peter Curran. And he's wasting no time at all. Now he's going to go back. But that's 10 metres out. And Bobby, that is one you believe they should not have received.
I do definitely believe it was wrong, Sandy. The player has to be given a reasonable chance, particularly in defence. He just can't tap it out in defence. He might tap it straight to a North player.
Well, it's gone on the board.
To a Hawthorn player, I should say. He was the North player.
They lead by 6 points.
That's Curran and John Law. It wasn't John Law who tapped it out. It was, he didn't tap it out. It was Passmore, but I do not agree with that, Sandy.
Centre bounce, Robert.
From the bounce. Deer gets the tap down. Buckley was there. Couldn't get it clear. Wallace gets a short kick forward. Crocker, I should say. Howard gets the hand pass to Kennedy. He goes short, finds Brereton. Brereton was looking to hand pass it on. But he's got Howard short, but he doesn't look around to go towards Howard. And
He'd fancy himself from this distance just about, wouldn't he, Bobby?
you suggesting that Dermott Brereton fancies
No,
himself,
but I mean,
Sandy?
he's 45 metres out. Dermott can kick that far.
He certainly can.
Put down your glasses, Roberty. Great goal to Dermott Brereton. And the Hawks move to a 2-goal break. 3-1 plays 1-1 on Sevens Big League.
Lovely little pass from Kennedy there, Sandy.
Started well.
Platten and Cracker now in there. There's Dermott Brereton along with Darren Crocker. 3-1-19, 1-1-7 in favour of Hawthorn. McCann gets the tap.
Jimmy.
Can Ayres get there before Cracker? Ayres taps the ball on. It's taken by McDonald. On to Jonas. Tapped away by Langford. Picked up by McDonald. Went for the hand pass for Cracker, but intercepted by Platten. A poor hand pass on that occasion. Abbott takes it. Platten it was. Now Wallace goes wide. Good play by Wallace. Kennedy's all on his own. He has all the time in the world. One bounce. Steadies. Goes in towards the goal square. Shepherded through by Dunstall. And it's through. Excellent play by Hawthorn. A great goal to John Kennedy. Starting the other end of the ground when Langford intercepted, tapped the ball down, and eventually a poor hand pass from McDonald. Luckily went straight to a South Australian in John Platten.
Well, we said that John Kennedy had started well, and this gives the Hawks a 3-goal break. But, as Bobby said, they're kicking with the aid of what breeze there is here at Princes Park. And it's only early days. 12 minutes played. First term. Centre bounce once again. Deer with that decent old charge, but McCann beats him. Wallace can't get it out of the middle. He does, however, have support in Howard. Puts his body over the ball. Eventually it comes to Platten again. To half forward, looking for Brereton. Tap clear. There's Kennedy. Back to Wallace. They're looking dangerous. Buckenara onto the right foot. Dunstall will see it go over for one behind. Oh, gee, once they start surging that ball out, Bob, they certainly look very, very dangerous. So many attacking players forward of centre.
And they've also got the players in the centre
Yeah.
able to get it out.
Yep, that's right.
Curran taps it away. Howard got a push, gets a hand pass back towards Di Domenico. Picked up beautifully by Di Domenico. Could almost have been a push in the back to North Melbourne. Buckenara snaps over the shoulder. A lovely goal to Gary Buckenara.
What a start. Gary Buckenara kicks his first. They're the ones he likes. And the Hawks go careering away to 5-2. 32, North Melbourne stunned on 1-1-7.
And North Melbourne kicked the first goal, Sandy, so Hawthorn since have added 5 goals to 0. Centre bounce, it will be Greg Deer against Stephen McCann. 32-7. 13.5 minutes approaching in the first term. Deer gets a tap, knocks it on again, runs towards half forward. Beautifully tapped on again. Kennedy breaks the tackle, straightens up, goes towards goal, but he's offline. Great play by Brereton on that occasion. And 1 point comes on the board to John Kennedy.
Play like that, Robert, did deserve a goal, didn't it?
Well, and I wonder whether or not it's good to have Hickey in there for the bounce. And then he's not on his man, I know. OK, German probably has to pick up his opponent, but it doesn't always work as Michael Tuck takes a lovely mark. Pushed and slides, 15-metre penalty. And the way Michael Tuck can kick a football, he could easily put it right through. Well, good now. It's about a 30-metre penalty.
And it's his day. 300 games since John Kennedy, ironically, gave him his start in 1972. There's the kick going across, right across the face of goal, and just drifting through for one behind. But it's been...
for many years, Sandy, he was amongst the underrated players. It took a long while for most people to realise just how good Michael Tuck was, but now we all know.
I'll tell you what, there's kicking out causing some concern, I think, for North fans at the moment. It's at about the 40-metre mark out of Hawthorn's goal, and a bounce will take place. Almost 15 minutes played, first term. The Hawks really pouncing towards the boundary line. Wallace taken away and kicked out of bounds, and out of bounds on the full on that occasion. And so once again, unfortunately for David Ackley, it'll be Robert Di Domenico to bring it back into play with a booming drop punt. Oh, and a great mark by Jason Dunstall. What a fine mark.
Complete judgment and great strength. And I think he's a lot quicker than most people anticipate, Sandy. Dunstall, I personally thought last year would be too short.
Here's his kick. And the fans, oohs and ahs, telling the story. One behind. So his contribution is 1 goal, 1 out of a score at the moment totaling 5-5, 35. 28-point leaders over North Melbourne. 16 minutes played. Ackley again to the outer side of the ground. That's a better kick. Up towards of 60 metres. Pushed clear. Now an opportunity for Arceri, but he loses the football. Regains it again nicely. Goes over centre wing. Glendinning the target, and he finds him with a one hand. Now he's got Donald McDonald, one out with Chris Langford. McDonald will be the target. It's a poor kick. And that's 15 metres. Silly play. And it will be Peter Schwab.
And don't even wait for the 15 metres. It's given out to Ayres.
Look at the
Bacanaro completely clear. Brings it in towards the centre. Di Domenico can't take the mark. Tuck first on the scene. Ooh. Pops one too high. Missed by the umpire. Wallace gets the hand pass out. Picked up by Loveridge. Loveridge's short kick goes wide. Ackley and Passmore. Ackley leaves it for Passmore, who then had trouble with it. Taken by Crocker. Crocker's kick out towards the boundary. Buckley takes it just inside. Hooks it back in, but it's all Hawthorn. Straight to Bacanaro, and another head-high tackle.
No 15. Ah, yes. Now play on is called, and Bacanaro from the defensive side of centre goes to the half-forward line. Dermot Brereton from the side, and a good mark taken by Crocker. Or not McCann, who was in front of him. Back to Crocker again. Plays on. Law running wide. Goes down towards the half-forward line. The ball props for Jonas and McDonald. Lester Smith, I think, has beaten them both. And Rod Lester Smith.
Got 3 to kick to, Sandy.
Look at them, they're everywhere. Platten's on his own. So too is Curran, but he elects to go to half-forward. Figures that Dermot Brereton's the man, but again, McCann comes over the top and takes a good mark.
It's a bad play by Platten, Sandy. He's got McCann there all of the time with Brereton, so why? They should ignore Brereton for a while. Put it elsewhere, because there's got to be a loose player. Again, Platten gets the chance. Dummies around beautifully, goes wide. Lovely play by John Platten, right under the chest of Brereton. That time McCann wasn't there, and so Brereton, 1 goal to his credit, but he's 50 metres out, but can kick a ball. Nice kick from Brereton. Doesn't quite make the distance, and it's touched on the line.
Another point to the Hawks, 5-6, 36. North a 1-1-7. North scoring the first goal of the day, but from that early moment, Hawthorn has dominated. Ackley changing sides this time. Dermot again. Starting well now. You were off Dermot Brereton. I think he knows it. In towards the pocket. Buckenara snares it beautifully. Loveridge is the running player. He'll steady. Fire in towards goal, but he goes across the face of goal and 1 point only.
Just as well they're not kicking well, Sandy.
Gee, that's 12 shots at goal to 2, and they lead by only 30 points.
I really don't think the breeze has got that much effect, Sandy. I know it's probably worth a couple of goals.
They've started like lightning. Ackley again. Crocker from behind. McCann in front. Couldn't take the mark. Buckenara shovels it forward as the rain starts to fall. Through comes Dwyer. A hurried kick. Good tackle on Green, but he was still able to get it across to Buckenara. Puts Rod Lester-Smith under pressure. Now Wallace. Oh, it gets out of 2. Then puts it onto the left foot. Down towards Platten at half forward. Held whilst not in possession. And the man they call Platts at Hawthorn will be free.
It's a poor tackle, Sandy. Crocker not having a look at where the ball was. And I think to tackle the player, you've also got to realise whether he's got the ball or not. So John Platten, no goals to his credit. It's a lovely kick off the boot. It's a delightful kick by Platten, right through the centre. So every now and again, those players can make the distance.
You're talking about the South Australians, the ones that cross the border and try their hand out at VFL.
He's one of the rare South Australians, Platten. He doesn't quite play one. He's learnt very quickly from Hawthorn.
Oh, quiet. Centre bounce. You love us there, don't you? Really. Centre bounce once again. Deere up against McCann. Won by the latter, but who can take it out of the middle? Wallace looks for the free kick and will get it. I thought he had possession of the football, Robert.
It was held before he had possession, Sandy.
Thank you, Robert. Lester-Smith down towards the forward line again. This time it's Curran. Well, they've got focal points everywhere. Hawthorn down in this attacking zone. Platten gives him a lead. And it's a beauty! Bob Skelton has his jaw literally hanging on the desk.
Now, I was just thinking how Platten had something to prove today, Sandy, because Lou Richards wrote in The Sun how David Ackley took him apart last time they met, and I'm sure that it's affected Platten and affected him in the right way. 2 goals to John Platten. So I think David Ackley at the moment might not be too pleased with that article of Lou Richards.
Well, the Hawk flags flying high at the moment. Their lead is 42 points, and we've played only 21.5 minutes of the first term. McCann up against Deere in the middle again. Hawthorn just pouring it on from the centre. And here they go again. Buckenara to the half-forward line. Platten tries to cleverly tap it across, but this time it'll be Peter German who repels the attack. Back towards the half-back line. No mark taken there by Norman. Play on is the call. Ayres comes over the top, and the umpire will come in. And as he hands the football back, a bounce is the decision. Pressure aplenty as far as North are concerned now, trailing by 42 points. Can they make it up? From the bounce. No free kick again. And another one will take place.
Well, since that first goal, Sandy, it's been all Hawthorn.
Been very quiet, hasn't it, down this end of the ground?
From the bounce. McCann gets the backhander. Buckenara went to kick it off the ground and gets good support from Loveridge. He puts a long kick down. Dunstall and Passmore. Punched away by Passmore. It comes to Hawthorn again. Wallace puts the kick down towards goal. He's offline so far, in fact, that it's almost out of bounds, but just sneaks in for 1 point. Kicked by Terry Wallace. So it's 7-8-50. 15 scoring shots to 2. North Melbourne on 117. As David Ackley plays on. Touches the ball on the ground a couple of times, then swings it wide. Buckley takes the mark. Plays on, almost on centre wing, puts it up towards half forward. Abbott can't take it. Crocker now on the half forward line. So I must assume that Glendenning is down in defence. I'll wait and see.
Yes, you're quite right.
Glendenning onto Brereton. And so Crocker now at half forward.
Here's the throw in. North into attack. And that's been rare for the past 15 minutes. Howard A hurried kick down towards the wing. Dwyer is first there, and under pressure from Robert Di Domenico sees it over the line. So a throw in right at centre wing. McCann, Deere coming over the top, wins it, looking for Loveridge. Doesn't matter, still found his teammate, pushes it down towards Platten, the kick coming from Robert Di Domenico. Platten gets underneath the drop punt, just floats it a little. Brereton looking for a free kick. It wobbles over the back, and German should find Passmore. They're out of trouble as he goes to Larkin. Larkin across half-back, back to German, and Larkin again. He's now down towards centre wing. Kennedy gives chase. His kick towards the half-forward line. McDonald gets it away quickly. All Hawthorn as Curran could get the hand pass over the top. It was a loose one, however, and they're starting to muck round with it on that outer side of the ground. It's eventually pushed clear, will be kept in play and brought around by Hickey down towards half-forward. In front, Jim Cracker. Now here's an opportunity for Arceri. He can find Crocker. Called into goal, he goes short. Schimmelbusch puts him under enormous pressure, and he just misses. Well, Schimmel was saying go for goal, go for goal. Either that or a handball over the top.
Handballs, Andy.
And it didn't come his way. So 1 point only the result.
Ayres gets the lead from Buckenara. Playing well on the ball. Buckenara's got Wallace loose. A lovely pass, well taken by Wallace. Wallace puts the ball forward. Platten out in front. Platten having a picnic. And copping a 15-metre penalty. So John Platten.
7 kicks.
Not as many as Loveridge, but still doing well.
He's a South Australian.
But Loveridge and Platten, the two Rovers, combining to cut them to pieces, Sandy. Centre bounce, centre half forward for Hawthorn. No clear tap. Buckley caught one too high. Call play on by the umpire. Comes towards Dunstall. A hand pass back to Kennedy. Awkward bounce. Kennedy still there. Trying to get the hand pass back. Intercepted by Ackley. Good defensive work as Ackley now comes back towards half-back, but it's straight to Di Domenico, who takes the mark. Under pressure from Norman. Di Domenico doesn't care. Plays on. Straight across the ground, and Lester Smith takes a nice mark. He's got Buckenara short. The kick goes forward, and Buckenara takes the mark. Well within scoring distance. He's only 40 metres out from goal, about a 45-degree angle. So Gary Buckenara, 1 goal, 2 to his credit so far. 1 goal, 2 out of 7 goals, 8. And Gary Buckenara will be having his 8th kick as he attempts to bring up his 2nd goal. Buckenara's kick towards goal. And the goal umpire indicates that it's 8 goals, 8 to 1 goal, 2, with Gary Buckenara now 2 goals, 2 on the board.
What a scoreboard, and who would have thought this after just 27 minutes of football?
Well, I think that North have realised that it's asking too much of Hickey to be in at the centre bounce and still pick up John Kennedy. Now German is in there and Hickey back at half-back.
Here is the centre bounce again. 56 plays, 8. Just over 2 minutes of time on played. Won by Deere. Di Domenico this time says, I haven't taken it out of the middle. He copped one too high, and so he will. Dirty's saying, come on, give me the football. He wants to get on with it. Atkins, the man on the mark. Di Domenico to the half-forward line. They're running riot, Hawthorn, at the moment. They are everywhere, 5 yards in front of their opponents and virtually doing as they like. John Kennedy has had a field day. Oh, that's a shocking kick. I put the moss on you, John. It was a shocker.
It's amazing how often that happens with you, Sandy.
Don't you talk. Dear, dear, dear. He has had a great quarter of football, though. 6 kicks, 2 handballed. That tells the story. Ackley back into play, and it's a big pack of players contesting the mark. Deere had the height. Cracker a hurried kick. No one able to take it, and Rod Lester Smith says, let's find the boundary line. We'll have a throw-in virtually at centre wing, fractionally into Hawthorn's attacking zone. And really the entire ground so far this quarter has been their attacking zone. Deere again, playing in front, down to Loveridge, to the half-forward line. Oh, Brereton used the body beautifully. Dwyer, however, overridden by Platten, and still goes Platts. Can't take it. And the pack developing, and this time a free kick has been picked out. Platten seemed to be in a bit of trouble there with a wrist, I thought.
It does look
Yes, and he's holding
Sandy.
that now.
I think he's all right, though.
So it'll be North out of trouble through Dwyer, not sure where to go. Eventually finds Rick Norman. Our series kick, Schimmelbusch can't take the mark. Atkins lends support, goes to ground. They trample all over the top of him. It's Dipier Domenico who gets it out. Played to Schwab. Platten. Oh, he threw it out. Great throw, Platts, to the half-forward line. Who's waiting at the back? Tuck picks it up onto the right boot. A high kick going down towards the forward line. Glendinning comes over the top. Waiting down is Buckenara. Snaps at goal, but misses, I think. 1.0. Well, Gary Buckenara for the quarter has kicked 2 goals, 3. He played 29.5 minutes, 17 scoring shots to 3.
Jimmy Cracker brings the ball back in from full-back. It's punched away from Curran. Picked up by Buckley. Buckley's kick floats towards centre wing. First on the scene, Russell Green easily breaks the tackle, gives it across to Howard. Howard goes long, Curran takes it, gives it back to Loveridge. Loveridge now, the long kick down towards the forward area. Dunstall got into the back of his opponent, should have been penalised, but no free kick coming to North Melbourne. Siren sounds, and I'm sure much to the delight of John Kennedy, as his old side has amassed 8 goals, 9, 57 to North Melbourne, 1 goal to 8.
49 points the difference after an amazing first quarter by Hawthorn here at Princes Park against North Melbourne. What can North do to get back into the game? From the centre bounce, Dipier Domenico, as luck would have it, Lester Smith is waiting on the outer wing to Kennedy, who's had a booming first quarter. Platten also has been outstanding, across to 300 game attack. Don't tell me they're going to carry it on. Platten got flattened behind play, it doesn't matter. It's another goal, and Hawthorn continue on their merry way.
Beautiful play there, Sandy, and wonderful teamwork. It was almost, we talk about the Crackers knowing where each other are, but Platten didn't appear to look. He just a very quick hand pass straight to Michael Tuck, and it's great to see Michael Tuck putting it through for a goal in his 300th game, an ornament to football.
Could you believe that scoreboard at this stage of the game? We played 50 seconds of the second term. McCann wins it this time. A chance for North Melbourne to go forward. Norman receives from McDonald to the half-forward line. Schimmelbusch applies the tackle, but illegally so, and Hawthorn out of trouble once again. Peter Schwab. Howard is giving him a lead. He'll go short to him. Back to Tuck. He's everywhere at the moment, just running around this ground. Poor pass on that occasion towards Platten. He'll keep it in play. Smothered by Ackley, the ball goes over the line. So a throw-in on the outer wing.
Poor hand pass, that one, Sandy.
Here's the throw-in. Dipier Domenico. But a free kick going the way of North Melbourne, held while it's not in possession, will be taken by Matthew Larkin.
Larkin now, favouring the drop punt. Puts the long kick forward. Holding the man could be paid,
yes.
And it looks like Wayne Schimmelbusch will come out with the free kick. Schimmelbusch 50 metres from goal. Clocker now at full forward for North Melbourne. They have to try this, that and anything else they can think of, because they're in dire straits at the moment as the long kick comes up towards the goal square. Very close.
Goal.
It is a goal. A very quick kick by Norman. And so Rick Norman putting the ball through for first goal to North Melbourne in this term. They kicked the one in the very first goal of the game, and so it's only their second goal as they go to 2 goals to 14 to Hawthorn 9-9-63.
Yes, it's been almost 30 minutes since they scored their last. Here's the centre bounce. 63 plays 14. Deere underneath it, wins it, was looking for Platten, went past Cracker. Beautifully done by Buckley. Gets it across to German. North looking better this time, and that's a great kick for goal. Now, North, can you come back? 2 goals in as many minutes, and could this be the start of a revival? 9-9 plays 3-2. Sorry, Bob.
They've made a habit, Sandy, this year, North, of having some magnificent quarters. They've kicked 8, 9 and 10 in various quarters, and that night game up in Sydney just a week or so ago in that third term, and when Phil Cracker went off the ground, Jimmy and the rest of them took over, and they kicked 8 from memory in that quarter.
Let's see what happens this time. 43 points the margin. McCann flicks it down, looking for Jimmy Cracker. Supporting him is Dwyer. He goes out wide. Lester Smith is there, however. Repels the attack. Sends Hawthorn down towards Curran. Twists beautifully out of trouble. Can steady in towards the half-forward line. In he goes. Brereton sandwiched. One grab. Can't take it. Loveridge had a purple patch in the first term. High to Wallace. In towards Brereton again. He can't take the mark. Waiting down is Platten. Is bustled over the line. And a throw in the Hawks' right forward pocket.
It always looked dangerous up forward, Sandy.
Oh, gee, they've got so many attackers. And positive attackers too. McCann in front of Deere. McCann goes for a hoik. Taken by Kennedy. Slung over the line by Law. And Dave Ackley just hands it over and says, here you are, throw it in. It's your job. McCann again, this time flicking it over the back. Larkin, almost surprised Dwyer, but he recovered. Puts a handball out in front of Jonas. Luckily, it flips to German, back to Cracker. This looks positive. North Melbourne into attack. Arceri gets pushed down, and a good strong mark taken by Gary Ayres. Just had too much height. Sweeping hand pass, Langford. Under pressure, North incidentally making a change as I speak, and Russell Green takes the mark in the back pocket. What was that change, Bob?
Steele on, Hickey off, Sandy. Green towards half forward or centre wing, in fact, and Di Pierdomenico takes a lovely mark, puts it on straight away. Wallace takes the mark. Wallace now.
Look at them everywhere.
Plays on immediately. Dermot Brereton takes it 50 metres out from goal. Brereton gets the lead from Dunstall. Loveridge gets in the way, and so Dunstall had it sewn up virtually, but Loveridge, I'm sure, is saying it's my day, so I'm going to have a go at marking, do anything I like. But he did make the mistake there, getting in the way of the lead of Jason Dunstall.
In the right forward pocket for Hawthorn. Tuck, Brereton, Kennedy, Deere, Loveridge, McCann, Steele, a hurried kick, past Jonas. Traps Lester Smith nicely, but it finishes up with him. He scoops it out the back door. When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. Tuck to Platten. Oh, does it beautifully. Does it beautifully to Wallace. Wallace in towards full forward. Dunstall taken out of it. And the strong mark taken by Michael Passmore. Passmore's kick. It's a flat-looking punt. And Howard has taken the mark. Got one for his trouble, but he made the mistake perhaps of playing on. Curran in trouble. A handball towards the square taken by Law. A hurried kick. Brereton will be first to this. He'll have support from Green. Buckley showing plenty of pace too for North Melbourne. Brereton pushing the ball clear. Now towards the boundary line. Buckley with persistence. G's done well. He did extremely well to push that ball towards the line. Under intense pressure, and Bobby did it on his own.
Yes, it was a great play by the youngster Sandy. Not only his second game of league football. Tuck playing his 300th. Got it towards Brereton.
Oh.
Comes out to Green, to Di Pierdomenico, who just
Wallace
pushes his opponent aside, puts it wide. Dunstall, a favourite, and takes the mark. Too far out to score. Thought about going short to Wallace. Now goes back across the ground to Howard. And so Howard, 50 metres out from goal, goes short towards Brereton, and he takes the mark. Ackley, very lucky. Brereton may have acted a little bit, but Ackley's still lucky he didn't get a 15-metre penalty. So Dermot Brereton has 1 out of Hawthorn's 9 goals. He's well within scoring range. He's only 35 metres out and about a 45-degree angle. The kick from Brereton. Offline, and a 1 point to result. Just touched the post on the wrong side. Not a good kick from Dermot Brereton.
Doesn't matter what side it touched it.
There's still a point.
That's right.
Law has the lead from McDonald. on his own in the pocket, able to play on. So Donald McDonald dummies, gets past Brereton, puts a long kick now, and a good mark taken by Abbott. Straight away gives the ball to Ayres. Ayres swings it in towards the centre. Dia can't take the mark, but it's tapped down to Loveridge, who's having an absolute picnic. Dunstall punched away from Dunstall, picked up by the wire, goes the wrong way, but Ackley's there to give support. Puts it long and wide. Arsieri, DiPierdomenico, great play, DiPierdomenico. Beautiful football as he gives it to Tuck. Won't make a score, but Dunstall can't take the mark, and it's tapped through to 1 point.
What play by Dippy. What play, Robert.
Wonderful play. And, running the wrong way. Donald McDonald stops the ball from being put into play because teammate or not, you can't be in the square with your teammate.
So Ackley to bring it back into play. Wallace using the body, but forced onto the defensive. Jonas at the back. He's been subdued. Norman. Loveridge has had a wonderful day. Wallace has also burrowed in after the football, and still early days. German tackled solidly, and the umpire will have another bounce. By gee, this has been a strong performance. 65 plays 20, 9.5 minutes played, second term. Deer in front this time. Curran could have been held. Loveridge, well, this is will-o'-the-wisp. He's absolutely everywhere. Smothered, so he'll go in again, put body over the ball, loses it on this occasion, however, as German gets it across to Larkin. Tuck pressures him, puts him to the ground, but he still gets a kick down towards Schimmelbusch on the half-forward line. Needs support from Cracker. Has it now, back to Jonas. Jonas steadies, fires in towards goal, but goes across the face, and 1 point over.
Misses a few, Peter Jonas, doesn't he, Sandy?
Yes, he does, Robert, and get the smile off your face. 9-11 plays 3-3.
I like Peter Jonas.
Well, considering the trouble he's had with injuries, he's done a top job.
That's why I like him.
Back again. 65 plays 21, favouring the Hawks. Langford. Short. Loveridge. Schwab, Green, Wallace, poor kick, Brereton. Oh, swings it beautifully back in towards the pocket. Passmore, a great diving mark. At least the attempt was great, and he's paying. Just about juggled it. Ackley.
How can you hand pass the wrong way if you can't kick it?
No, well, I don't know. That's a very interesting one for what your decision is. Dwyer, but Atkins is lucky. Dippy got too far underneath it. Atkins is away towards the half-forward line, and the mark, and a good one too, taken by Schimmelbusch in front of Schwab.
So Wayne Schimmelbusch, midway between centre wing and half-forward line, goes for the short pass. The lead from Jonas, too high for Jonas, and it's stumped over the line by Rod Lester-Smith. Lester-Smith back into the side for the first time for some weeks today after being out with injury and then coming back through the reserves. From the throw-in, Glendenning gets the tap down. Glendenning back on the forward line. They have to try something up there as DiPierdomenico gets the short kick in. Kennedy dummy the hand pass. Beautiful football. It's taken by Buckenara. Now he looks for Dunstall. Punched away by Passmore. Wonderful defence by Passmore. Dunstall taps it on. It's picked up by McDonald of North Melbourne. The nice hand pass is taken by Steele. Steele goes long. The kick floating forward. Jonas was up high, couldn't take the mark. Langford kicks it off the ground, out towards the half-back flank. Abbott chasing after it. He's quite happy to let it go over the boundary line. So a throwing to take place. Half-forward flank for North Melbourne, with North Melbourne on 3-3, 21. Hawthorn 9-11, 65. 12.5 minutes into the second term.
Here's the throw-in. Crocker tries to take it. His kick is smothered. Norman couldn't get it at the first attempt. Back. Jimmy Cracker could have taken, but no, leaves it for Larkin. Arsieri, a chance, hurriedly onto the left foot, down towards the forward line. North want to score badly, but Crocker again will see it over the line, and another throw-in to take place. So they've pushed the ball some 35 metres around from their scoring zone. Glendinning uses the body, wins it, but Loveridge is having a picnic out there today. German can't take it, and again it goes over the line. Yet another throw-in. What are Richard Loveridge's stats? 15 kicks, 1 hand pass. Thank you, our statistician Kevin O'Neill.
A lot of players would be happy with those stats at the finish.
Gee, we're not even 1.5 quarters into the game. Been incredible. Curran, just slaps it wide to Kennedy. Could go long. Floats one towards Dermot Brereton. Couldn't take it on the half volley. Ackley does well ahead of Platten. And the ball goes over the line once again. Platten had a booming start, but Ackley has steadied somewhat in this second term. McCann, cracker over the top. Law couldn't take it. Jimmy Cracker again. Arsiri loses it. Curran through and shows this is how you do with a bit of strength. Brereton's loose at half forward and he's got it. The Tippy's flying into that hole that Don Scott calls, but he'll ignore him and go for Dunstall. Did he hold him? The fans think so. The umpire says no. What does Bob Skilton think?
I thought I might have played the free kicks, Annie.
Not to be, so we'll see a throw in that left forward pocket. Deere coming over the top, slaps it to Dunstall again. Passmore hurriedly onto the left foot, out in front of Curran. With him was Law, the back is Green. Steele was there also. Wallace through, a hurried kick down towards full forward. Dermot Brereton over the top, couldn't pluck it. Platten goes in, can't get the football out, and very quickly the umpire decides upon a bounce.
Bounce forward pocket for Hawthorn. Deere with McCann. Deere gets a tap. It's intercepted by Dwyer. Dwyer hooks it back, looking for Norman. Norman gets an awkward bounce. Trapped well by DiPierdomenico, but he can't keep it there. And so Atkins picks the ball up. Drives it long, well down the ground. Jimmy Cracker's in position, but it's taken away as Langford got the ball down to Ayres. Ayres puts the ball wide. DiPierdomenico, the favourite, and takes the mark. He's got Wallace. Doesn't decide to go to Wallace. He goes into the centre where Loveridge does yet another one. Richard Loveridge.
16th kick,
15 metres. And Loveridge goes up towards half forward. Curran judged the ball to perfection. And so Peter Curran, who has kicked 1 goal, has the opportunity of bringing up Hawthorn's 10th. Got Howard short. Goes for it and finds it.
That's got him.
15 metres will bring him right onto the point of the square, and Glenn Howard will be a bit sore with the knee in the back or the foot in the back, whatever you might like to decide. But I'm sure now with the aid of a 15-metre penalty, he's prepared to cop it. So Howard hasn't put a goal on the board yet. But he's got one now. Glenn Howard kicks his first goal. Number 10 for Hawthorn as they run to 10 goals 11. 71, North Melbourne 3-3, 21, 16 and a half minutes into the second term.
8 players have figured in Hawthorn's 10 goals. For North Melbourne, 3 for their 3. What a performance it's been. Here's the centre bounce again. After North scored 2 early goals in this term, we thought, well, is this the comeback? But so far, they haven't really been able to make a dent. Kick number 17 for Richard Loveridge, but straight to Matthew Larkin, who finds McDonald. Slips on the turf and loses it.
Guess who's got it?
Loveridge, kick number 18. Well, this is incredible. He's going to finish up with 40 kicks, and Curran takes a fine mark. What can you do against this sort of attacking football, Robert? Look at Buckenara. He could sit for lunch and there'd be no one within cooey.
Yes, but I agree with what he's doing. From there, he should have the shot.
I quite agree, but I mean, there are players loose everywhere.
Well, there was also Brereton.
There's another one. Thank you very much, says Alan Jeans. We'll continue on our merry way. We've kicked 11-11. North have only 3-3, and we're having a little murder on Sevens Big League.
Whether it's a when it's a one-sided game, Sandy, you do not mind if you're watching it anywhere near as much when it's wonderful football like Hawthorn are playing today.
Quite agree.
I can't remember the last time that possibly a grand final or something like that when I saw teamwork as good as this today. Certainly not this year anyway.
That incidentally was Curran's second goal as German sends North into attack. Down towards the hapless Glendinning. Ayres taps it clear to Langford. Their combination is outstanding. They're slipping a little, but they're still getting away with it as Schwab will find Loveridge. This will be kick number 19. No, he says, my foot's tired, I'll have a hand pass. We're not even up to half-time. Wallace, look at this running football by Hawthorn. Platten couldn't scoop it clear. Well done, David Ackley, as he got it out to German, who's trying his heart out. He finds Arsieri.
So Mark Arsieri puts the long kick down. Ayres in the way, must get the free kick. And Jonas ran straight at him. They've cut down a little bit on this advantage rule lately, Sandy. Ayres gives it across to Lester Smith. No value in that. But Lester Smith now gets the kick in towards the centre. Dia in the front position. Howard gets it through to Wallace. Wallace puts it wide where he's got the running player in Langford right down from full-back. Curran at the back takes a beautiful mark. Has played on. Hand passes forward. Buckley slips over, so now Curran has chance to steady. Puts it forward. Holding the man could actually have been paid. As Sandy called it, was a free kick to Dunstall.
And listen to the Hawthorn fans.
Yes, no doubt a free kick. Umpire Dorr would like to see it on What's Your Decision tomorrow. Dia, was it a free kick or not? I think Michael Tuck lost where the goals were then. It comes out now. Di Pierdomenico, touched off the boot. Tuck takes it, gets it in towards the square. McDonald picks it up for North, drives it wide. Hard for Steele, tapped on, over the boundary line it goes, and the throw-in will take place, half-forward flank for Hawthorn, with Hawthorn 77 points, North Melbourne 21, 20 minutes have gone in the second term here at Princes Park.
Here's the throw-in. Hawthorn absolutely dominated. Platten couldn't take it, Law can. Oh, Dippy's at the back there. There must, if I was John Kennedy, I'd ask for a count. Because it seems like 30 Hawthorn jumpers on the ground. As Ackley says, there's only one way out here. Let's go for the boundary line. And with him is Richard Loveridge. No wondering he's puffing a little. Here's the throw in. Kennedy. Platten has it. Snaps in towards full forward. Dunstall again. Waiting down his tuck. Oh, they'd shear their hearts out if he kicked that one. Couldn't get it clear.
I think that one was a free kick to pass, Sandy. Fair's fair. One the other. But
well, now they're being consistent, you see.
Don't pay anything.
No, none to no one. If that makes English. Law.
Sounds like Jack Dye.
He's a good ordinary player. No one can get it out. Curran, he's done this a couple of times. Platten onto the left foot, but he's high wide. And by no means handsome. And out of bounds on the full.
Passmore will wing the ball back into play with a hand pass across the top to Ackley. Great play by Platten. Came across, intercepted the hand pass. Taken there from the full forward in Dunstall. It was put forward by Di Pierdomenico. And then it thumped out and out of bounds it is. So a throw in right alongside the behind post. Forward pocket for Hawthorn.
And I must say this, Bobby, if this game continues like this, I don't envy you your task of picking the three best players on the ground.
It won't matter. As long as I pick a Hawthorn bloke at the moment, I'd be right, Sandy.
Now a chance for Norman. German from half-back. He has tried hard. A high, long kick over the centre. Past Langford. Cracker is clear of Green. Here's a chance for North. Cracker's kick looks good. And it is. So North Melbourne post their fourth. They're 4-3, trailing Hawthorn 11-11 on 7th. Big lead. And Jim Cracker kicks his first.
Good goal by Jimmy Cracker. Not one of the outstanding games from Jim Cracker. 3 kicks, 4 handballs. And when you look at the opposition Rovers, certainly not an outstanding game. Centre bounce, there's the board, 77 to 27, 50 points to margin. As Platten would have been free kick as he was held, but the loose one comes out to Lester Smith. Back to Lester Smith from Buckenara, put wide. Brereton leads in the race for the ball. Was he pushed? No, called play on by the umpire. The loose ball comes out, Platten down the ground, lost it, regained it, tapped it towards Curran. Over the top it comes from Curran, taken by Brereton, too high for Wallace, it missed him completely. Well, Law had Hawthorn players everywhere, but gets the ball out towards Spargo. Spargo now from half-back, on towards the wing. Norman's on his own. Rick Norman gives the hand pass, taken there by German, has the liberty of a bounce, hooks it over the shoulder. Glendenning waiting there, couldn't be taken, Ayres is there, gets the lovely hand pass out to Abbott. Abbott goes short. Wallace, they're Hawthorn players everywhere.
Look at the two of them.
Picked up there by Tuck. Tuck goes short, finds Lester Smith. He'll give it on. No, he doesn't give it on to Platten. Hooks it across, looking for Buckenara. Caught one too high. Called play on by the umpire. Buckenara taps it the wrong way. It's picked up by Law. Law, his hand pass taken by Schimmelbusch. The long one from Schimmelbusch finds Atkins. Atkins now with a long kick down towards the forward area. Swab punches it away from behind. Over the line it goes, and a throw-in will take place. Throw-in 5 metres around from the behind post. Boundary umpire just getting there now. Not an easy job when it travels the length of the ground that quick. From the throw-in. Glendenning against Abbott. Abbott gets the tap, picked up by Norman. Norman snapped. 1 point the result. So Rick Norman, 1 goal, 1 to his credit. And it's 77 to 28. 51 points the margin, 49 points it was at quarter time. Gary Ayres brings the ball back into play. Langford, the player he's looking for. Crocker almost took the mark. Langford taps it away, was held. Doesn't wait for it, gives it out to Platten. Platten has the bounce, now drives it long towards half forward. Brereton couldn't take the mark. Passmore comes through. Well done, but it goes to Platten. Misses it. Picked up by Crocker. The hand pass to Arsieri. He comes in towards the centre. Drives it towards half forward. Ayres is there. Punched away by Cracker. Lending support to Ayres though was Swab. Taken by Langford. On to Lester Smith. He hooks it wide. Beautiful play by Hawthorn as Green takes it at half back.
So Russell Green to steady things down. We're into time on. He goes towards Deere in the centre, waiting down his Tuck in the front. Platten at the back. It will come to Platten too. He scoots away to ground in the mud, Platts, and he does. Up towards the half-forward line. Loveridge is there, his co-rover. Tackle too high, but he'll get clear. Larkin couldn't intercept it. Loveridge down again. Scoops it back to his co-rover, Platten. It's only got to sit. Still he tries to take it forward. Still with Platten. Snaps with his left foot, but is well smothered by David Ackley. Are we seeing a game of football by Hawthorn here today? I'll tell you what, Robert.
Great applause by Platten. He must have been in the thick of about 10 pieces of play there, Sandy.
He's still in it. Look at that. Scoops it out now to Loveridge. Those two are having a field day. Buckenara. Here's another one. You want to go over the top to Dermot Brown? No, says John Kennedy. I'll kick it myself. It's my second, and we're running hot. Oh, dear, dear, dear. 12-11 plays 4-4. The slaughter at Princes Park continues.
Until that one, Sandy, North Melbourne had outscored Hawthorn in this quarter, but the Hawks going further ahead. North Melbourne have kicked 3 goals in this quarter as we see John Platten. The boots have probably come undone because they've had that many kicks.
Victoria.
He is now.
Boots.
Deere gets the tap. Picked up by Larkin, taken away from him.
Oh!
Deep here in a minute goes short, kick comes forward after taking it from Wallace. Dwyer comes out for North, under pressure, gets the hand pass in. Michael Tuck comes through, was held, taps it on towards Platten. His hand pass, deep here in a minute gets it. Intercepted by Buckley. Buckley's long hand pass finds out there Spargo. Spargo puts the long driving kick towards the square, but he's offline, and a 1 point kick by Paul Spargo. Spargo running back to his position. And while he's doing that, it's taken by Loveridge. So Richard Loveridge.
Well, that must be 20 kicks. It must be at least anyway. He goes to Tuck. He goes to Howard. Only 19, isn't it? Oh, quiet day. And Howard's at centre wing. Curran's lurking across that half-forward line. He's had a big day too.
Sandy, you sure Loveridge and Platten haven't got their own ball between them?
Something's going on. I think they're out to prove a point. If they are, they're certainly doing that. McCann. Back towards centre wing. German. He's had a good day. Now an opportunity for North. They so desperately want to score. They've got the chances. Buckley's kick goes in towards the forward pocket region. But once again, the solid defensive work of Hawthorn is standing strong. That's Chris Langford. 7 is Gary Ayres. Glendinning. Who can get it clear? Eventually sock it out. Caught was Buckley, taken by Steele. A high kick floating in towards full forward. Ayres taps it over the back cleverly, 1 point over.
He just wanted to kick out, Sandy.
He's seen all his mates down forward of centre having a field day.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Green. Curran. Oh, he's made a meal of it. But he'll get out of it beautifully to Kennedy. A short pass to Bucky. Can't quite take it. Dwyer is allowed in. He finds Ackley onto the left foot. The bounce. It's a shocking one for Crocker. Curran is there at the back. He'll be under pressure. And there's the half-time siren. And a standing ovation for the Hawthorn side. And so they deserve it. At half-time, Hawthorn lead 12-11, 83. North Melbourne a 4-6-30 on 7's big lead.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores. Real footy gear, real footy accessories, real footy supporters gear too, in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at leading stores.
53 points the margin as we go into the third term here at Princes Park. Normally we say this is the quarter that can often decide a game. Well, will Hawthorn continue on their merry way or North try and come back as German gets the first kick of the term down to the half-forward line. Schimmelbusch can't take it. Schwab applies the pressure, then goes in over the football and another bounce will take place.
A magnificent half of football by Hawthorn. A pleasure to watch, actually. I'm sure, although much as John Kennedy over the years has loved Hawthorn, I don't think he thought it was a pleasure. As Arsiri puts the ball high in the air. Russell Green in the front position, can't take it. Norman gets the hand pass out. Atkins couldn't pick it up. Atkins is there, so too he is, and another bounce will take place.
30 metres out from North Melbourne's goal. A complete team performance by Hawthorn in the first half. Schimmelbusch tries to get it clear. Atkins' kick only goes 5 metres. It was socket off the ground into the post and 1 point only. That was by Peter German, and he certainly had his fair share of kicks in the first half. 12 possessions. Russell Green, away from Larkin, across to Wallace, back to Green is good football. Up towards centre wing, over the head of Platten, taken by Brereton. Every player you mentioned for Hawthorn has done their job. To the half-forward line, no mark taken. Crocker, under pressure, tries to get the handball away. Very quickly the brown and gold Guernseys pounce. And another bounce is effective. 83 plays 31. 2 minutes gone, third term. From the bounce, Ackley's kick was smothered. Platten gets a hurried kick and they're off again to Buckenara. He fires in towards goal. Bucky, that's a shocking kick. 1 point only. A rarity. In fact, he has not had a good day in front of goal. He's kicked 2 goals, 4. Normally, he's deadly. Cracker brings the ball back into play. Going to the outer side, looking for German. Big Greg Deers at the back of the pack, can you believe? But it doesn't matter. He's got plenty of support. The high kick goes back towards the half-forward line. Jonas comes over the top. Down towards Ackley, gets it across to McCann. McCann with a running German, and North now are clear. Back towards Jonas. To German again, putting themselves under pressure, but he gets the kick. Down towards full forward, fisted down. Who's waiting down? Robert Di-Domenico scoops it beautifully to Ayres. Over the top to Michael Tuck. It sits in his business. He pushes it forward. Deere lopes after it. A sweeping hand pass up towards the wing, over the head of Peter Curran. Platten is there also, but Crocker gets his kick. Back towards German. German, a long hand pass, finding Larkin onto the left foot. He centres it. Arceri's waiting at the back. Won't get the chance. Schwab gives it to Langford. Langford back to Ayres, and once again, the Hawthorn defence working like a well-oiled machine.
Domenico takes a bit of a gamble, comes across the ground, but it is a gamble now. But a poor bounce there for Jimmy Cracker. Sees it's tapped away by Russell Green, picked up by Lester Smith, who's being told by Wallace and Kennedy that he can run as far as he likes. Then he hand passes over the top. Brereton goes goalward, and offline 1 point. It came from one end of the ground to the other with great teamwork, and probably deserved the goal, but North Melbourne fans would be delighted it was only a point. Dermot Brereton, 1 goal, 3 out of 12-13, 85 to 31. Number 14 Deere, 16 McCann. And it's David Ackley who will bring the ball back into play. Straight up the centre of the ground. Brereton from behind, punches it away. Kennedy's first on the scene, towards Loveridge, on towards Brereton. Brereton now puts it long towards the square. Platten almost held it at the back, slides over the boundary line, taking it through for 1 point. So it's 86 to 31. 55 points the margin. Ackley playing on from full-back. Puts a long kick out towards the wing. Buckley from behind, brought it down, now gets the hand pass in. Deere coming across, but it runs over the boundary line, and the throw-in will take place on centre wing. Well, you could say outer side of the ground now. There's nothing there, Sandy.
No, the machinery's come in and she's a blank. But here's Dermot Brereton onto the left foot, down towards Platten. Can't take it. Was under plenty of pressure from Ackley, so goes for the handball over the top. He's saying, but I handballed. The umpire's saying, no, you didn't.
I don't think anyone will be critical of him, Sandy.
No, he's had a good day. So the kick, Glendinning fists it down straight to Wallace. Terry Wallace's hurried kick. Oh, Peter Curran's had a big day. On to Michael Tuck. This day belongs to him. It's his 300th. And Jason Dunstall has taken it
over the line.
Over the line. I wonder if the theme is let's do it for Tucky. If it is, it's certainly working. Ackley again. German the target. Can't take it, but recovers. Gets the handball away. Brereton affects the spoil. Dwyer's under great pressure. Tuck goes in. Out it comes to the back to Domenico. Pulled off the ball by Law, and he's pinged him for holding it.
Yes, he had the ball under him, Sandy, and then laid back and looked for the free kick. It was in possession.
Law. Over centre wing. Schwab. Well, he was, I think, at the start going to try and affect the spoil, and finished up taking the grab. In towards centre wing. Oh, the big fella's off, and he spooned it out. Now gets the handball clear to Abbott.
Oh, look at this,
and
Sandy.
they are running right. Kennedy is alone, wondering what to do. So he says, I'll fire long in towards full forward. Platten waits down at the front. So too is McCann. Platten now leaves it for his teammate. He should have perhaps gone for it, and Passmore goes for the boundary line. Throw in Hawthorn's left forward pocket. 87 plays 31. They lead by 56 points. And had they kicked straight, they could have led by 100. Passmore again put out of business.
Not just kicking straight, Sandy. The number of times they've had the opportunities and just haven't converted at all. Maybe that's full credit to that last line of defence by North. Passmore has made it tough down there for Dunstall, even though I think Dunstall's been a little bit unlucky. He hasn't got more free kicks. It's Kennedy this time. He makes no mistake. Goal number 3 to John Kennedy. So far, 1 in each term by John Kennedy. And it's 93 to 31. Delighted Hawthorn supporter there. And John Kennedy receives the tap on the head by Russell Green. And, well, he might. 93 to 31 in a wonderful team performance by Hawthorn.
Here's the centre bounce once again. 13-15 to 4-7. 8 minutes played. Third term. From the centre bounce. Larkin a chance, but his kick is smothered. Loveridge had a tremendous first half. In fact, the two Hawthorn Rovers had 42 possessions between. Well, that's fair enough for a game, but for a half of football, that shows how they dominated. Deere says a thump in the mud will do me good. Kennedy picks it up. He's had a big day too, but his mark goes straight to Crocker. Crocker finds Arceri on the logo. It's a half forward for Jim Cracker. Can't take it. Oh, paying it.
He's feeling sorry for him.
So Jimmy is about 53 metres out. Perhaps a little more. Towards full forward. Langford up to affect the spoil. Pushes it forward. He's still going. Now loses it to Howard. Langford again. The hurried kick straight to Jonas. He's caught. To Tuck. Out of trouble once again. Towards centre wing. Ackley beautifully tackled by Brereton. Tapped cleverly forward by Deere. Waiting down is Platten. Hooks it back delightfully towards Buckenara. He'll have Brereton. No, he says I'll go inwards and boot it myself. So he does. Goalwards, and there's another one on the board. This is champagne football from Hawthorn. 3 goals to said player in Gary Buckenara, and the Hawks running riot.
What a lovely kick there from Platten, Sandy. It's tapped wide by Deere, and although Buckenara didn't take the mark, it recovered beautifully. But Platten hooking it back, beautifully positioned.
No doubt about the combination of the South Australians and the West Australians.
They learn a lot once they get here, Sandy.
99 plays 31. From the centre, German tries to take it out. It goes straight to the mud. And they'll have to do it again. Well, I'm sure there are some stunned people in this ground today. Deere. McDonald. Atkins. North forward. Out wide, in front of Cracker. Away from Ayres. Short to Arceri, but that's the trouble. When you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. Sometimes it'll bounce. This boy is hot. Platten to the half-forward line. Ackley comes over the top to spoil. Waiting down was Cracker, but again loses it. Ayres has time, puts it out in front of Big Curran. He's had a big day too. To the half-forward line and spears in a beautiful pass, the mark taken by John Kennedy. He's kicked a goal in each term.
Wide on the half-forward flank, goes for the short pass. Buckenara takes it, snaps it back, looks for Curran. Can't take the mark from behind. Platten's there, snaps towards goal. Won't make the distance. Dunstall in there. An awkward bounce, an awkward one to see. And that's for the players, not for us. And it's through for 1 point, kicked by John Platten. 2 goals, 1. To Platten. It's Ackley. Goes wide. John Law's out there. And Law takes the mark. Tuck thought he might have been off. The umpire saying, come back, Michael. And Swap. Beautiful teamwork. Hooks it back towards half forward. Loveridge slips. Ackley, the hand pass over the top. A bit too far for Buckenara. Tapped on by Crocker. Buckenara putting him under pressure, and it's tapped over the line by Crocker. And a throw-in to take place. Forward pocket. Forward pocket for Hawthorn, 100 points to 31. 14-16. 30 scoring shots to 11. Deere up high. Picked up by Curran. Nice looking kick.
There's another one.
And Curran brings up his 3rd goal. It's 3 goals to Buckenara, 3 goals to Curran, 3 to Kennedy, 2 to Platten, 1 to Howard, 1 to Tuck, 1 to Dunstall, and 1 to Brereton. Could give the North Melbourne goal kickers 1 apiece to Cracker, Glendetting, German, Norman.
12.5 minutes played, 3rd term. 106 plays 31. I'll tell you what, if you had this on footy bet, could be in for a decent old payout. Here they go again. Tuck. Oh, he'll just about goal, Michael, here. Can you for 300 games? He sets sail for home, but has missed. Oh, dear, dear, dear.
Would have brought the house down, Sandy.
It would have. His kicking has not been all that flash in front of goal today. He's kicked 1-3. But I thought he was away then. 107 plays 30.
Ackley, the long kick from full-back. Burton couldn't take it. Tapped on by McCann. Larkin first on the scene. Gathers it well. Up towards half forward. Abbott from behind almost took it. Left it for Ayres. Now it's tapped out. Jimmy Cracker comes forward. Cracker will hook the ball down to Jonas. Jonas takes the mark. He's within scoring distance. So we might see the first goal of this quarter come on the board. They have kicked 1 point, North Melbourne, and it's almost the 14-minute mark. Peter Jonas, 25 metres out. And the goal umpire indicates that Peter Jonas has brought up his first goal. 15-17, 107 points, Hawthorn. North Melbourne 5-7-37. And that's been the way it's been in general play, Sandy.
Yes, 70-point margin.
Normally, I hate watching one-sided games, but when you're seeing a side play as well as Hawthorn, and look, what can North do now? They've been given a free kick away in the centre square.
Well, there's not much left, really.
That probably put the seal on things, Sandy.
Here's the kick from Deere. Curran the target. Curran he finds. He could have given it to Loveridge if he wanted to, but this boy has played a grand game.
We talk about Curran. The find of the year for Hawthorn has probably been number 14 in the centre.
Greg Deere.
I want to say the centre, the man who goes for the tap-outs.
Yeah.
Peter Curran.
There's another one.
A lovely kick from Curran. 4 goals to Peter Curran. Well, you can't answer them much quicker than that. 2 kicks.
And I think you tend to run out of superlatives after a while, so the game just goes on. Hawthorn are 16-17, North are 5-7. And if they maintain this mood, then come September, they're going to give some teams some horrendous frights.
Centre bounce. Deere thumps it from the centre. Tapped on by Tuck. Picked up by Platten. A long kick down towards Dunstall. Dunstall couldn't take it, and it bounced. Comes out to Curran. He balks. Can't get boot to ball. It's picked up by Passmore. Passmore's kick runs out. Platten having an absolute picnic, goes towards goal. Got to make a mistake, I suppose. 2 goals, 2 to John Platten. What a game he's played. 19 kicks and 6 handballs. Glendenning can't take the mark. DP Domenico, another great play, but they've all played superbly. Hawthorn, and Crocker takes the mark. Plays on with a hand pass out to Ackley. Wide in the back pocket. Ackley goes short towards Schimmelbusch at half-back flank. Right on the boundary line, Wayne Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch towards centre wing. Looking for Glendenning. Glendenning up high, can't take it. Brereton gives the hand pass across to Wallace. Wallace towards half forward, and again it's Curran who takes it. Hand passes to Buckenara. Long towards the goal, but way offline. And now Buckenara, 3 goals, 5 to his credit.
Well, North can thank their lucky stars that he hasn't kicked straight today.
He only kicks straight when he's playing against Victoria over in that Subiaco Oval, doesn't he?
Yes, here's Passmore. 17 minutes gone, 3rd turn. The Hawks an absolute stranglehold, and speaking of stranglehold, this boy is playing the game of his life. Here's the pass. Kennedy couldn't quite take it, under a ton of pressure. Cracker now, a chance to steady. Comes out wide, Dippy, Domenico and Buckley. Waiting down is Wallace. Dippy with strength, look at him get it out. Was looking for Wallace, and it finishes with him. When you're hot, you are, and here's Platten. He'll have a shot directly in.
What more can go wrong for North? Now, I'm taking nothing away from Hawthorn.
But isn't it amazing how the ball just bounces right every single time?
Still great play to Wallace.
And don't tell me Hawthorn are making a change. They are. McCarthy's going to come on for a run as Johnny Platten sinks another one, and the Hawks continue on their merry way.
could say Dunstall's been taken off, Sandy.
There's a question. Why take him off tomorrow on World of Sport? Well, this Hawthorn crowd loving it. The North fans somewhat stunned. And Johnny Platten.
Well, let's face it, Sandy, he's only kicked 1 goal.
He has. It's been very quiet. He's had about 11 other mates that have all booted them, though. And the former Central Districts Rover having a field day. 121 plays 37, so they're now working on a 100-point lead. 18.5 minutes played. Deer from the middle. Glendinning tries to tap it over. The hurried kick was by Peter Schwab. Ackley twists into trouble and gets caught by Tuck. Out they come through Kennedy, down to the forward line. Now McCarthy's going to have to do something here because everyone else has. Over the head of McCann. Scumming towards him is the Dip, and he says, look out. Well, he's not. He's going to backpedal, and you'll get caught, Dip, if you don't kick it. He does, but I think he's run 15 yards too far. And I don't think he's arguing.
I don't know whether he did.
He ran a fair distance, Robert.
It takes little steps.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's not how many steps you take, it's a distance.
The steps were big enough. Schimmelbusch. North into attack. Jonas from the side. Couldn't complete the mark. Schimmelbusch well tackled. Green. Oh, well, he's got a free kick. Free kick to Schimmel. Do you agree with it, Robert?
No, I don't.
Schimmer to the half-forward line. Oh, our series given away a free kick. Kicking right into the Hawthorn members area, so I suppose it is pretty dangerous.
I'd like to ask Bill Dalla whether or not that advantage rule's been thrown out the window, Sandy.
Would appear so, wouldn't it?
Haven't allowed it at all today.
No.
And that would have been the advantage rule where it is now.
That's exactly right. Long in towards McCarthy, who's waiting down. Loveridge scoops it clear, but loses it. McCarthy pounces upon it, hooks it round his shoulder, in towards full forward. Oh, Michael, 1 point only. So another behind on the board to the Hawks. 122 plays 37. A miserable day for the boys from Arden Street. Ackley kicks back into play. Arsieri. Atkins back to Arsieri. Down towards Larkin. Ayres and Green, and it's the latter who steams clear. Floats it in towards Brereton, and he takes it at half forward. Well, he's a fair distance out, but there are so many loose players it doesn't matter. John Kennedy's having a picnic across that half forward line, just floating around like a bee. Comes in for the kill. Well, so far it's been once every term as far as goals are concerned.
Might get one ahead of himself,
He could. Oh, no, he won't. Pushes it straight across the face of goal, and it's pushed out wide towards Matthew Larkin, who takes it. Virtually still in the back pocket.
Larkin now drives it towards centre wing. Lester Smith punches it down. Well taken by Tuck across to Loveridge. Loveridge with a long kick. Curran can't take the mark this time. Law comes out with the ball for North Melbourne. Hooks it back looking for Buckley, and that player does not let him down. Good disposal, a nice mark, and it's Buckley in the centre of the ground. Towards half forward. Punched away by Lester Smith. Taken by Wallace. Beautiful teamwork. Lovely pass to Buckenara. So Buckenara now 10 metres short of the centre circle, closer to goal. Floats the ball forward. Off the hands. Larkin. A quick hand pass to Ackley. Ackley with a hand pass on to Arsieri. He goes short and finds German at half back. Hand pass over the top, looking for Law. Law runs straight into Howard. Got the ball away. Buckley picks the ball up for North Melbourne. Drives it long. It runs right past those players. Schimmelbusch takes it. The hand pass over the top. Will it bounce right for Jimmy Cracker? Bounces awkwardly. Still going there. Hickey's in there on the bottom. Ayres taps the ball back. Picked up by Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch goes across the face of goal. Spargo waiting there. Takes the mark for North Melbourne.
Plays on.
Glendinning straight out in front of goal. Good play by Spargo. And Ross Glendinning, who kicked the first goal of the game, now has the chance of kicking his second with only his third kick. So Glendinning hooked it slightly, but still well within, and it brings up his second goal. So Glendinning becomes the first North Melbourne player to put 2 goals on the board, and it's 2 out of 6. 6-7, 43, 17, 20, 122.
Well, the North flags haven't been flying too much today. And Ross Glendinning hasn't had the best of days, only 3 kicks, and we're 23.5 minutes into the third term. 122 plays 43. Here's the bounce. Deer with a big charge at the ball, and he wins it. And straight to Dipier Domenico with strength. He bullocks his way towards Brereton down in the forward line, and he takes them.
I think Brereton now at full forward, Sandy.
Yep.
McCarthy out at centre half forward. And Deer getting the ball out of the centre. Now it's Green who's being taken off. Eade to come on.
They've got to give them a run.
Brereton's kick. No mistake about that.
Once again, the quick answer, Robert. Each time, isn't it?
And each time Deer was the player to get the ball out of the centre. And to those at home who may be watching Sevens Big League, I am being facetious when I talk about Green being taken off.
This has been a wonderful performance. Dermot Brereton now 2 goals. Peter Curran is their main contributor with 4. 3 players with 3, Buckenara, Kennedy and Platt. Centre bounce again. And again won by Deer. And again to Dipier Domenico. Puts Schwab under pressure. He loses it, so Dippy goes in again. I think he may have hurt himself too, Dippy.
He has.
German clear. Across to Arceri. Dipier Domenico still down as Arceri fires in towards full forward. And this time the mark is taken there by Hickey.
He might have copped a knee or something, Sandy. He's very groggy.
Takes a lot to keep him down. We'll wait and see, however, as Hickey fires at goal. Still keeping an eye on Dipier Domenico in the middle there. And the kick is a shot right across the face of goal, out of bounds on the full. And kick back into play. Deer does well. Eade, Rocket coming on for a run. Larkin across to Cracker. Can he get round Tuck? Back to Glendinning. Kick number 4. And he's just off target and 1 point only. Well.
And a delighted Sandy Roberts watching this game. Ayres puts it out wide. Langford. Dipier Domenico can't take it. Buckley there with him, putting pressure on. Now Dipier Domenico puts the pressure on Buckley. It's over the boundary line and a throw in to take place. Throw in on centre wing. Deer coming in from behind, but it's Kennedy and Glendinning. Runs through now to Crocker. Crocker's kick up towards half forward. Spargo coming through. Ayres dives in after it. The hand pass to Lester Smith. Langford then missed it, but he's still able to trap it. Gets the hand pass in. Tapped away by Hickey. Picked up by Jimmy Cracker. His kick tapped on by Jonas. Comes towards Arceri. Straightens up. Hooks it across the ground. Waiting there is Spargo, and he'll get the free kick. Well, the Hawthorn players arguing there that by the letter of the law, it was certainly a free kick. No doubt it was a free kick to young Paul Spargo. And Spargo goals from that one, puts through his first goal. And so North Melbourne go to 7 goals, 8. Hawthorn 18-20, 128 to 50. A 78-point lead. Hawthorn had a 49-point lead at quarter time, stretched it slightly to 53 points at half time, and now 78 points in one of the best exhibitions of teamwork that I have ever witnessed.
We've played 27.5 minutes of this third term. The game really, after quarter time, becoming somewhat of a formality. Not for Hawthorn fans, they're loving every minute of it as Glendinning gets it down, but straight to Wallace, who goes to the half-forward line. always seem to have players waiting at the drop of the ball, and this time it's no exception. Tuck over the head of Platten. Now, Platten and Cracker will be the first two after this one. And Platts gives him a little nudge, and it was noticed. There's the advantage rule being paid there, Robert. And North go down to Glendinning at centre wing. Quickly back to Ackley. Oh, they'll get into trouble as Tuck intercepts. He spoons it out clear. Back towards Curran. Was tackled illegally and will be free kick.
Why allow the advantage rule once and not the next time?
Jot it down in your book, Robert. Curran to half forward. Kennedy was in front, couldn't take the mark. McDonald tries to get it clear to Atkins, does so. Another one across to Cracker. Well, they're fiddling about with it here. Ackley's at centre wing, and Dippy's copped another one. Ackley's off, across to Law, past Tuck, now to Schimmelbusch, close to the boundary line. He finds Peter German. Now German, oh, he's lost it. Time to recover. Back to Steele. They're putting themselves under pressure. Jonas was off without the football. Back to German, and he's smothered by Langford. Oh, gee. What was it? 6 kicks down here?
Well, when you're under pressure, you do those things, Sandy.
Jonas. And this time, the big fella, Abbott, to get a free kick. Illegal shepherding. 15 metres. He's not really worrying about it. He's going to boot it out of that attacking zone. Over the top comes McCarthy. Kennedy does it well as he spins out of trouble. Gives it to Rodney Eade. He's got Terry Wallace running wide down the flank, who can go over the top to Platten. Platten's clear on half forward. Can have a bounce. No, he says, I'll just chip into Dermott, and he
Lovely
does.
Play.
So Brereton, who has kicked 3-2, has taken his 12th mark and is now looking to make it 3 goals. The drop punt on its way, and he makes no mistake. Hawthorn continue on their merry way. 134 plays 50, Platten power, and that's what we're seeing today.
I must remind Lou Richards tomorrow, Sandy.
Don't you talk. Don't you even start. You little South Australian hater.
I like Malcolm Blight and John Platten. 134 to 50. Centre bounce. McDonald of North Melbourne against Deer of Hawthorn. Deer gets the tap. Schimmelbusch intercepts. Tuck taps the ball away. DP a minute ago, diving in, gets the hand pass. It's intercepted by Buckley. Buckley's kick smothered by Kennedy. Picked up by Atkins, breaks the tackle well. The hand pass to McDonald, puts him under all sorts of pressure. Loveridge picks it up, puts the kick out wide, and Schimmelbusch takes the mark for North Melbourne. Schimmelbusch coming wide. McDonald takes it. Quick hand pass to Ackley. Ackley a short pass to Glendinning. Glendinning plays on. Hand pass over the top. Put Jonas under all sorts of pressure, but he did well to tap it on to Steele, who gets it to Arceri. Jimmy Cracker in the goal square takes the mark and puts it through for full points in his second goal. 2 goals to Jim Cracker, and as the siren sounds for 3/4 time, we see Hawthorn 19-20, 134, North Melbourne 8 goals, 8-56.
Hawthorn go into the final term here at Princes Park with an unbeatable 78-point lead in what's been 3 magnificent quarters of football. They've given Deer a rest and said to McCarthy, you have a run on the ball. Rocket Eads on the ground too as Platten wins the first kick of the quarter down to his co-rover Loveridge, but beaten this time by Dwyer. His hurried kick goes out wide towards Steele at centre wing. The bounce of the ball, as is done most of the day, favouring Hawthorn. Dippy Dominico pulled off it, but he still is able to scoop it clear. Cleverly done. Across to Wallace. Platten can't take it, however, and it's Cracker who intercepts. Cracker's kick going over the centre. First to it will be Lester Smith. Gets a poor bounce. Still able to push the ball forward is Langford. Does well. Gets the handball out. Wide. Back it goes again from Rocket Rodney Eade. This time Passmore comes through. Goes with a long kick up towards Glendinning and Abbott, and it's Glendinning who takes the mark in the forward pocket. Plays on, going short into the square, no one there for Hawthorn. Schimmelbusch is able to take it and put it through for his first and North Melbourne's ninth. 9-8, trailing Hawthorn 19-20.
Could say that goal could go to John Platten, Sandy.
134 plays 62.
Nice teamwork by Glendenning as he got that kick across to Wayne Schimmelbusch. So a good start for the quarter. They started the first term like that, North Melbourne.
He's kicked the first goal of the day, and then the Hawks rattled on about 6. What will happen this time? Dwyer can't take it cleanly out of the middle and still can't pick up the football. Eventually tries to tap it forward, so Platten picks it up, gives it to Kennedy. Kennedy shoots in towards goal, and blow me down, he's missed. Well, Joan Kennedy has kicked 3 goals too. Ackley. His work cut out today. Going straight down the middle. Jonas has it fisted clear. Dwyer can't take it, still in there burrowing after it, however.
I thought Dwyer was held when he wasn't in possession, Sandy.
Well, the umpire decided upon that.
But I'm sure John Kennedy won't complain about the umpire.
No, I don't think he can or will. McCarthy out in front of Bucky. Oh, across he goes. Dunstall, can he pick it up? No, he can't. He gets collared. Goes to ground. North players surround him. And McCann just patting Law on the back. So, well done. So a bounce almost in the square. Kennedy will do the ruck work for Hawthorn. Waiting down was Dunstall. He swept it clear, but straight to German, who gives it out wider to Law. Back to Atkins. Hurriedly onto the left foot, down towards centre wing. And a good mark taken by Abbott, but he made the mistake of playing on. However, they're quick to bottle it up again. Jonas it was.
Another improved player, Sandy, Paul Abbott.
Yes. So long the cry was Hawthorn, no ruckman. What are you going to do when they disappear? But these two boys in particular have certainly done the job. And off they go again. Howard swept wide. If they can't handball, they'll push it any way they possibly can. Here's Platten on the end of another handball as he centres it towards Brereton or Dippy. Take your choice. Loveridge is waiting down. Beautifully done by Brereton across to Dippy Domenico, but he's got a back pedal now. Loveridge. They've taken it from half forward back to the centre, and now Ackley will take that mark and push North Melbourne out of trouble.
Long hand pass from Ackley. Lovely piece of play. Glendenning the chance. 50 metres out. Goes goal, and a glorious kick from Glendenning brings up his 3rd goal. 3 goals to Ross Glendenning, and North Melbourne go to 10 goals, 8, 68. With Hawthorn on 19-21, 135. Well, Sandy, in this term, maybe overuse of the handball has cost Hawthorn 2 goals. But their performance so far, you cannot be too critical.
No, they've given us 3 wonderful quarters, and the game is only 4.5 minutes old in this final term. So there's still plenty of time left. There's McDonald again doing the ruck work for North Melbourne up against McCarthy, but taken away by Platten, and yet another kick to the forward line. Loveridge got a poor bounce. Ackley got a good one. And it's the latter who goes with a high kick. A shocker to mark. No one able to complete it. Platten waiting down again. So too is Atkins, and it's he who comes away. Up towards the left half forward flank. Big Abbott doesn't try and mark, just pushes it away from Glendenning. It's socket off the ground and over the line, just about at centre wing here at Princes Park. 5 minutes into the final term. Ross Glendenning.
Passmore off, Hickey on.
Here's the throw. Jonas comes over the top, flicking it with his right hand, but straight to Platten. Those two former teammates at Central Districts. Dunstall plays on to Rocket Eade. Down towards Loveridge and Ackley. With them as McDonald. Beautiful tackle on Ackley, but it still leaves McDonald clear. To centre wing, and the mark taken by Schimmelbusch. Gets away from Tuck, just. To half forward. Platten up with a one hand. Cracker beautifully tackled by Langford. That was great play. McCarthy threads it through to Wallace. Out wider to Eade. Heading home, says Rocket, I'll go for goal. And has put it through. His first.
great teamwork once again, Sandy. Wallace in the thick of things. Platten once again down there, but didn't win the ball, but still down there. Great teamwork by the Hawks, and there's Rodney Eade, who kicked his first goal out of 20. 20-21, 141 to 10-8, 68.
6.5 minutes played, final turn. Now McCann having a go in the ruck, up against McCarthy. Tuck furrows it clear to Platten, and he kicks it off the ground to the half-forward line and finds Buckenara across to Kennedy, onto the left foot. It's a shocking kick down towards the right forward pocket. Donald McDonald is there, Brereton over the line, and we'll see a throw-in take place.
Kennedy might have been thinking of poor old Dad.
Well, somehow I don't think so, because he's already kicked 3. And here he is again in the ruck this time. Crocker can't take it. Some tired players out there now. Dunstall gets caught. Not before he gets it to Wallace. Back to Kennedy again. To Howard. He gets clear. Shoots with the left foot. He pulls it back, but not quite far enough, and another point goes on the board. Glenn Howard's contribution, 1 goal, 1. Out of a score that is starting to resemble a cricket score. 20 goals, 22. David Ackerley away from Loveridge. Di Domenico setting himself. So too is Buckley. Buckley shovels it forward, looking for Dwyer. He's under a ton of pressure. Tuck, but I think he'll get a free kick. Passmore didn't have a long spell on the bench. He's back on the ground, and Crocker is off.
Playing on. Dwyer's short kick taken by Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch over the top, back to Dwyer. Goes short down towards the pocket. Lester Smith taps it over the boundary. Good, solid defensive work by Lester Smith. Very reliable defender. But whatever you say about one Hawthorn player, you can say about the lot today. No one takes it at the back. Out it comes to Platten. The hand pass, poor one. Taken by Jonas. Spargo puts it through for full points to Spargo. His second. And so Paul Spargo brings up his second goal out of North Melbourne's 11. 11-8, 74. Hawthorn 20-22, 142. Wasn't a very good hand pass, that one, Sandy.
No, under plenty of pressure, Robert, and how you're continuing to keep a straight face absolutely amazes me. Centre bounce once again. They've been knocked up getting kicks, Bobby. Really. McCann gets ripped off the football. Platten goes for another soccer off the ground, but the whistle had already sounded, and McCann will take the free kick from them. Goes on to the left foot. Over the head of Atkins. Waiting down Jonas. Clear from the half-forward flank. Centres it. Play on is the call. Thump wide towards the boundary line, but Arceri's there. He hooks it over with his right foot and just off target, 1 point over. Mark Arceri, his first score for the day. And he's had a pretty quiet day. Although unobtrusive in his work.
Had a good third quarter, Sandy.
Yep. Picked up some 15 kicks for the game. Langford. A long drop punt to the outer side of the ground. Plenty of flyers, a couple waiting at the back. No free kick. German. Atkins. Under pressure. Loses it. Tuck. And Hawthorn start the running game again. They've got Eade running the flank. Bounces his way across centre wing. Gives it across to Platten. Puts him under a bit of pressure as he gets flattened by Hickey. Dunstall also under pressure, but it's a free kick down the ground. It's going the way of Dunstall. He set up Wallace. Past Platten. Back to Dunstall. Onto the left foot. And Buckley this time is in front of Dippy, who's going to make sure that he doesn't play on. Well, he does.
Play on now to Passmore. Taken now by German. German puts Dwyer in all sorts of trouble. And the result, a free kick to John Kennedy. So Kennedy virtually from the centre of the ground. Straight across the ground he comes. Lester Smith takes it. Easy as you like. Lester Smith now, a poor kick. Glendenning picks it up. Puts it wide. Larkin's there on his own. I think the message might go round to Hawthorn to get back to business. As Larkin now swings it back towards half forward. Too high. At the back, Swab. The hand pass taken by Tuck, playing his 300th game. And a ripper it's been as he even bounces it in the mud. Hand pass, it comes out. Loveridge. The left foot kick from Loveridge. Ackley gets an awkward bounce but traps it well. Straight back towards the centre. Abbott's there to take a lovely mark. Hand passes immediately to Buckenara. On to Loveridge.
Look out.
Doesn't see the player coming from behind. Back to Buckenara. Smothered by Glendenning. Coming through is Larkin. A hand pass to Jonas. Jonas will go long, right down towards Spargo. No, it bounces the wrong way. And through for 1 point. A long kick from Peter Jonas.
Just on 12 minutes played in this final term. And Hawthorn as solid as a rock, but doing perhaps several flippant things. And I'm sure the runner will bring the message out and settle things down. Eade receives from McCarthy. They've got loose players everywhere, and that's been the pattern of play right virtually from the opening bounce. This time Abbott is picked. The big fella did not get rid of it.
Good play by Atkins.
Yep. So from centre wing, he goes very little distance at all. Kennedy, caught, back to Abbott. They're doing it well, floating it in towards Brereton. He plays on, across to the running Tuck. Now come on, Michael, this is 300. Let's see you put it through. He gets onto a drop punt. It goes into the square. I reckon he's done. Cheap. I think it was. We're in a perfect spot here, aren't we, Robert? And he just put his fist over. A point.
Curran backing back. Oh, great courage by Curran. Tapped the ball away. Glendenning picks the ball up. The long hand pass from Glendenning. Runs away a little bit from McDonald, but he traps it now. The hand pass to Law. On towards German. North looking good at the moment as German straightens up and goes goalward. Long kick, though, is offline. And 1 point kick by Peter German. Point from German takes North to 11-11, 77, 20-23, 143, the Hawks. Buckenara under pressure from Larkin, but still takes the mark. It's been a great comeback since that serious knee injury of Buckenara's a couple of years ago, Sandy.
Yep.
Eade now, after taking that hand pass, a poor kick, misses Kennedy, straight to the arms of Passmore. Hand pass immediately to Dwyer. Dwyer hooks it back towards half forward. At the back, taken by Loveridge. Loveridge puts it wide. Not a well-placed kick, though. Larkin misses the centre. Lester Smith recovers. Out it comes. Clayton running towards it. Can't handle it, though. Close to the boundary line. Carries it over. And a throw-in to take place. Throw-in on half forward for Hawthorn, I should say. Kennedy against McDonald. No one can get the tap. It's taken by Passmore. Short kick. Jonas, well tackled, loses it. Should have been penalised, but Arsieri now comes away with it. McCarthy slips. It runs past Abbott. Out comes Langford. Beautiful defence. Steele picks the ball up, floats the ball high, down towards Spargo. Abbott's there, punches it over the line, and a throw-in to take place. Forward pocket for North Melbourne, with North Melbourne on 77 points. Hawthorn 143. 15 minutes into the final term.
There's the throw-in. Getting pretty dark here at Princes Park. And from the throw-in, Peter Schwab gets a hurried kick back towards the half-back line. Only to see the mark taken once again by Wayne Schimmelbusch. Schimmer's kick long in towards full forward. From the back comes Glendenning, and another point goes on the board. Langford. Crowd starting to depart. No doubt there'd be North Melbourne fans, because I'm sure Hawthorn will be staying to savour every minute of this. Wallace, on they go again. Back to Rocket Eade, to the half-forward line. Brereton the target, fisted down. Waiting will be Wallace, so too is Tuck, and he'll have someone running. It's Eade. Oh, onto the left foot goes Rocket, to half-forward. Who's waiting there? Buckenara, onto his right foot. Passmore bottles it up. and the umpire will have a bounce. Right on the 50-metre line. McCarthy coming in to do the ruck work for Hawthorn. Donald McDonald is there for the Northerners. To Tuck, across to Kennedy. Kennedy shoots to goal. Will it be touched? No, it won't, but it was only 120. Here's another behind him. Had they kicked straight, who knows what they would have been. Glendinning. Very quiet first half. To come into the game. By then it was all over. To centre wing. Bad bounce for Steele. Good one for Schwab. Across to the running Wallace. Here's Loveridge. Sensible, so he socketed off the ground. Good play. Back to Kennedy. On to Loveridge. Back to Kennedy. You're mucking around with it, boys. So he'll have to have a step. He's saying, oh, dear. We shouldn't have done that last end. Honest mistake there, I think, Robert.
At least it's unselfish football, Sandy. There was nothing Lairising about that. It was just unselfish football that didn't come off.
From the kick back into play, and a great mark taken by Gary Buckenara.
He's got Brereton short.
And he's going to head in towards him now. Takes the mark, 30 metres out, but on a 45-degree angle. He's booted 3 for the day. And this could be 4. Bob's saying, how did I work that out? Here's the kick from Dermott. It looks good, it is good. And the Hawks post their 21st. 21-24, they've hit the 150. North Melbourne are 11-12, 78 on Sevens big lead. So Brereton has 4. Peter Curran also has 4, 3 each to Gary Buckenara, John Kennedy and John Platt. They're the main contributors. For Hawthorn, Ross Glendinning is the main scorer for North with 3. Here's the bounce again in the middle, and again it's Loveridge who takes it away, gives it across to Lester Smith, down towards Brereton. It's almost monotonous, isn't it? Brereton has it. Goes deep. Platten will be waiting at the back, but this time it's Hickey who takes the mark on the last line of defence. Plays on dangerously with a handball across to Dwyer, who just gets his kick in time. Diffie's going to meet Cracker, and he's forced to soccer it off the ground. Over to Buckley. Loveridge will be chasing him, but he won't get him. And it will be Buckley who'll kick up towards half forward. Jonas the target. Can't take it with the one hand. Neither can Eade. Bursting his way clear is Spargo, and that looks as though it's his 3rd. It is. 3 goals in this second half by Spargo, and that is North Melbourne's 12th. They move along to 12-12, 84, trailing Hawthorn 21-24, 150.
Sandy, you realise that North Melbourne have kicked 8 goals in this half to 9 by Hawthorn? So it's 150 to 84. We're approaching the 20-minute mark here at Princes Park. You're watching Sevens big lead. As McCarthy gets the tap. Tapped on by Loveridge. Picked up by Buckenara. McCarthy comes through. A hand pass to Wallace. Wallace's kick off the side of the boot. Bounces awkwardly for Law. Under a lot of pressure. He has to give the long hand pass down. Schimmelbusch takes it. He's collared. Gets it to German though. Straight down the ground. Punched away by Langford. A quick hand pass from Norman to Jimmy Cracker. And it's 9 goals apiece since half-time as Jimmy Cracker puts through his 3rd goal. 3 to Jim Cracker, 3 to Ross Glendinning, 3 to Paul Spargo, and 1 to Schimmelbusch, German, Norman and Jonas. It may have kicked 9 to 9, but there's still 60 points between the sides as it's 21-24 to 13-12. 25 scoring shots North Melbourne, but 45 scoring shots Hawthorn. McDonald of North Melbourne against McCarthy of Hawthorn. 150 to 90 in favour of the Hawks. 20 and a half minutes have gone in the final term as McCarthy gets the tap taken by Arceri. His kick towards half forward. Eade in the front position, can't take it, but is not well tackled. He's tackled and comes out with a free kick. So Rodney Eade. Buckenara takes a nice mark. Played an excellent game. but that applies to every Hawthorn player. Buckenara towards centre half forward. It dropped short on Brereton. Hickey did well, was in the front position, and I think he was paid the mark, but it would have been a free kick anyway. It's put wide. Good mark taken out there by Arceri. He's tackled by Loveridge. He wasn't going to let him go. 15 metres or not, he just still not going to easily let them come down the ground. So now Arceri. Long kick. No mark. German short kick. Spargo can't pick it up. Langford kicks it off the ground. Comes out towards Schimmelbusch. It runs past he, but he recovers well. Gets past the tackle. Hand passes to Jim Cracker. Cracker now. The torpedo punt kick down towards the forward line. Could easily have been a Hawthorn free kick, but call play on Eads there. It was Swab who was in the front position and wasn't paid the free kick. And so umpire Sidebottom comes in and will bounce it in the forward pocket for Hawthorn, with Hawthorn leading by 60 points. And quite dark as Glendenning gets the tap. Spargo picks it up, another snap towards goal. It's a nice looking kick, but I think he's offline. And 1 point the result, kicked by Paul Spargo. So he's got 3-2. 3 goals, 2 out of 13-13. $150-91. 59 points in favour of the Hawks. Well, to North Melbourne's credit, they've kept at it. Hawthorn led by 49 points at quarter time, 53 points at half time, 78 points at three-quarter time, and now it's 59 points. And by Sidebottom finding a free kick, it will go to Bertie Di Pierdomenico of Hawthorn. So with a 15-metre penalty, he's on centre wing, using the drop punt towards half forward. Wallace comes through. Hickey got out of it. Kicked off the ground by Schimmelbusch. Taken by Passmore. Across to Jonas. Over the top. The hand pass accepted by Steele. He steadies and drives the long kick, but there's nobody home for North Melbourne as Lester Smith has it. He's got Wallace in the centre. Doesn't look for Wallace. An awkward bounce comes through to Platten. The hand pass comes out to Tuck. Tuck steadies. Gives it to Green. Green now. Hooks it wide, looking for Dunstall. Great effort by Dunstall. Taps it back. Taps it over now to Buckenara. He snaps towards goal and hits the post. 3 goals, 6 to Gary Buckenara. Great play by Jason Dunstall. And Jim Cracker will put the ball back into play. Looks for Ackley. And Ackley takes the mark wide in the back pocket, but he's no better off. Hand passes over to Dwyer. Platten still chasing. Dwyer's kick up towards centre wing. Howard takes it well. The hand pass over the top to Swab. Lester Smith towards Wallace. The quick kick from Wallace. He gets knocked over after he goes forward, and the kick will be taken by Gary Buckenara. Well, 3 goals, 6 to Gary Buckenara. Can he put his 4th on the board? 50 metres out. Won't quite make the distance. Dunstall punches it down. Picked up by Brereton. Tackled too high. It comes back to Platten. Platten's kick off the side of the boot. Schimmelbusch leads in the race for the ball. Went to kick it off the ground. Curran dived in. McDonald gets a hand pass to Law. He gives it on now to Buckley. Buckley goes for the short pass and finds Glendenning at centre wing. From the Foster's Lager sign, Glendenning goes towards centre half forward. No mark, could be a free kick though to North Melbourne, and coming out with a free kick is Jonas. Peter Jonas from centre half forward. A bit further out than centre half forward, 55 metres out. When he gets onto it, Jonas can kick a long ball. Off the side of the boot it comes. Out towards the pocket, tapped down by Di Pierdomenico. Over the boundary line it goes before Eade could gain possession, and so a throw in the forward pocket. Time on left to play here at Princes Park. 60 points the margin in favour of Hawthorn. Tap forward by Norman. Over the line it goes, and another throw in to take place. 1 minute has gone in time on. A wonderful effort by Hawthorn here today as Jim Cracker can't quite pick it up, almost threw the ball out. Green comes away with it beautifully. The hand pass on to Wallace. Wallace, a long hand pass out wide. Kennedy, the favourite, just hooks it back. Not far enough, though, over the boundary line on the full, and the free kick will be taken by David Ackley. Now, Ackley got a torrid day today with both Platten and Loveridge, but to Ackley's credit, he's kept at it. The hand pass accepted by Di Pierdomenico from Abbott. Kennedy. Kennedy's kick towards half forward, and Buchanara swung, and I think finished up taking a great mark anyway. Free kick mark, do what you like. And Gary Buchanara, kick number 21, 11 handballs, 3 goals, 6 to his credit. 13 marks. Still mightn't get a vote. Gary Buchanara. Offline, through for 1 point. So 3 goals, 7 to Gary Buchanara. There's Buchanara. Now it's back with Ackley. Ackley goes for the long kick. And Passmore takes a nice mark. And Michael Passmore started at fullback. Now out on the flank. Passmore's kick off the side of the boot. Swab up high, but a nice mark at the back to Glendenning. Ross Glendenning from centre wing. Goes towards half forward. German couldn't take it. Picked up by Norman. The hand pass back to German from the forward pocket. Peter German goes in towards goal, but it's stumped through by Chris Langford for 1 rush point to North Melbourne, the 4th rush point of the day. Langford now goes short to Tuck. Tuck with a hand pass back to Langford. Langford towards centre wing. Curran, the player he's looking for. Law almost took it, but Platten bursting through. But the hand pass on to Green. Green with a short pass down towards Dunstall. Dunstall, the hand pass to Loveridge. Loveridge has got Brereton, misses Brereton, and it goes straight into the arms of Passmore. So Passmore, the hand pass to Ackley from the back pocket. David Ackley. Tuck gets pushed out. Call play on by the umpire. Buckley gives it across to Schimmelbusch. The long kick from Schimmelbusch. Tap down. Could have been a free kick to the Hawks. It should be now. But Swab, caught one too high, but still gives the hand pass out. He takes it. Goes wide. It's all Hawthorn. Di Pierdomenico from the centre. Swings it out. Looking for Brereton. Brereton won't quite get there, but he punches it away. Comes back to Brereton. Kick smothered. Dunstall comes in. The hand pass doesn't quite reach Wallace. It comes back. Ackley's there. Tackle, loses it. And the umpire Door comes in to indicate that he'll bounce the ball 45 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. 152 to 92. 60 points in favour of Hawthorn. 29 and a half minutes have gone as Kennedy taps it down. Buckley takes it for North Melbourne. The hand pass accepted by Dwyer. He gives it on to Schimmelbusch from centre wing. Schimmelbusch puts it long. Lester Smith, the favourite, can't take the mark. Picked up by McCarthy as the siren puts North Melbourne out of their misery. And at the final siren, we see Hawthorn 21 goals, 26 behinds, 152 points, defeating North Melbourne 13 goals, 14-92.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at Myer. Real footy Guernseys, real footy shorts, and real supporters wool jumpers in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at Myer.
I don't think you could wish to see a better team performance, particularly in the first half, by the Hawks, who really had the game sewn up by half-time. A wonderful team effort. Main goal kickers for Hawthorn. Dermot Brereton kicked 4 and Peter Curran played superbly, also 4 goals. For North Melbourne, Jim Cracker, Ross Glendenning and Spargo all contributed 3 goals. But a scoreline tells the story. Hawthorn 21-26, 152. North Melbourne 13-14, 92. In fact, the first quarter stats really do tell the story of the game. 17 scoring shots to 3, favouring Hawthorn. As far as the kicks were concerned, 68 to 34, and as far as marking was concerned, 28 to 6. North will have to regroup in the weeks ahead if they're going to be a challenge for the flag, because at the moment Hawthorn are sitting on top of the VFL ladder, 1 game clear. Whether they stay there remains to be seen, but we hope you'll stay with us here at Pro Football for all that action in the weeks ahead.